Hello, and welcome to Cheers. That's one woman's opinion. I'm your host, Carolyn Mills, and with me is my dog, Elvis. So you've got our reindeer gear going on here. He wanted to sit on my lap. I don't know how long he'll stay. Today we'll be looking at Cheers Season 2, Episode 17, Fortune and Men's Weights. This episode first aired on February 2nd, 1984. It was directed by James Burrows, and there he goes. Good. All right. He just wanted to visit. It was written by Heidi Perlman, who, of course, is Rhea Perlman's sister. Guest cast Alan Fire as delivery man number one, Charles Champion as delivery man number two, Al Rosin as Al. And Rosin died in 1990 from cancer. Tim Cunningham as Greg. Cheers is filmed in front of a live studio audience, was said by Shelley Long. This is really weird right now because my hearing aid's charging, so I barely hear myself right now. In the summary cold open, Norm comes in. He tells the others he is going on a blind date. The others say that is a dangerous thing because he's probably going to have a terrible date. Norm says he was told the date is easy on the eyes. Carla tells him he's a dead man. Where everybody knows your name plays. Some delivery guys bring in a huge crate. Sam says he didn't order anything. He sees Coach's name on the invoice and asks him about it. Coach confirms he ordered the scale when they learn what it is. Sam tells him not to order anything without checking with him first. Coach apologizes but explains he couldn't resist the salesman, who he describes as being a cross between Abraham Lincoln and Adolf Hitler, which is a very strange combination. I literally try in my mind to picture this combination. It's just, I really can't. But yet somehow it works. He said the man told him, this scale will not only tell you your weight, it will tell you your destiny. Carla asked him if he had an accent. Coach tells her no, he just wanted to talk that way to add some color. Sam wants to send it back. The others want to open it and see what it looks like. He agrees but says that it's still going back. Diane gives Norm a screwdriver. Norm says, I got a big date. I hope I don't get pits. He takes off his suit jacket and there are huge sweat stains on his armpits. And I'm actually wondering, because of how big George Wendt is, how much of that is actually George Wendt sweating and how much of it was spray on sweat. I don't know what that's called, but makeup basically. Cliff tells him that they will stop him before his shoes get squishy. Norm looks for where to open the crate. Cliff tells him where the epicenter of the fulcrum is, and then he moves to the opposite side. Norm hits the spot Cliff said, and the crate opens, hitting Cliff in the head. They help set him down, and then they look at the scale. Diane wants to keep the scale. Sam says they may have no choice because the number was disconnected. He says the man who sold it was a con artist. Norm says that he has to leave for his blind date. Coach tells him to hop on the scale before he goes to see how his date will go. Norm gets on the scale and his fortune says, your most troublesome problems will soon be over. Coach asks Norm what his biggest problem is. Norm lists all of his issues and then says, I guess my biggest problem is I've never been happier. He leaves for his date. Everyone else now wants to try the scale. Some time passes and Sam calls Sanderson florist. I think it's actually the next day at this point because he's got a new shirt by now. He says that Diane will be upset he didn't take her to an art show. Diane comes in and kisses him. Sam is surprised she's not bad and tells the flower shop, keep up the good work. Norm comes in. He says that the blind date was his ex Vera, and now they're back together. He buys Cliff a beer. Coach asks him about the date, and Norm tells him. And at one point, he explains that they went back to their place and kind of made love. And Sam says, you can't kind of make love, and Norm replies, "You don't know Vera." Carla is upset and points out that Norm's fortune came true. Diane tells her that's fortuitous. Coach says that his fortune said he would hear from a distant loved one. Within 30 minutes, his daughter Lisa called from California. And you may remember she lives in Pennsylvania when she was on. So she was in California. I think he said she was visiting a friend, maybe. Diane and Sam tell the others that the fortunes have nothing to do with what happened to them. Carla says her fortune says, time waits for no one. She got home late, and the kids started a grease fire trying to cook dinner. Sam and Diane continue to tell them the scale has nothing to do with what happened to them. Diane says she should get on the scale and see her fortune. Carla warns her not to and wards off the evil spirit. She does it like that. Some more time passes, and Cliff flees. He falls down the stairs outside. Norm asks if he's okay, and Cliff tells him, "That's $20 postage due, sir." Norm tells him that he's at Cheers, and Cliff gives directions to Cheers, but then he finally recognizes Norm. He says he bruised his knee and shakes it off like he's shaking a dog, saying, "It's fine." Poor Cliffy's getting the crap beating out of him here. He fall down the stairs, and then earlier he got clocked in the head. Greg says his fortune said something about his valuables being in jeopardy. He then goes to pay for his drink, and his wallet is missing. Carla screams. Coach tells her he'll owe you the tip. Greg then finds the wallet. Carla says up until now, the scale has been right. She calls the machine evil, and then she's upset that the scale hurt her. She hugs it while on her knees and she says, I'm sorry, scale. Sam gets her up. He tells her that you can't take the scale seriously. He adds, it's a sad world we live in when Sam alone becomes the voice of reason. I had to get a drink, my throat was drying out. He then grabs Diane and tells her to tell them how dumb they're being. Diane half heartedly tells him, "You're being dumb." She goes into the back room. Sam asks the others, "Had enough, hmm?" Did I skip part of this episode? I feel like I did. Okay, that's no, we're good. Okay. I feel like I missed one. That's all okay. At the end of the night, Carla gets a fortune to see if it's safe for her to go home. Afraid to read it herself, she has Sam read it. He tells her, "You will grow lips on your forehead." Carla gasps and Sam laughs. Carla takes the card and sees that everything is fine. Sam puts his head on his forehead like they are lips and says, "Good night, Carla." She leaves, followed by Coach. Sam goes to check his weight. Diane tells him not to. He tells her she's been acting strange all day. She explains her fortune from earlier spooked her. She reminds him of the fortune that said deception and romance proves costly. She tells him that she took another man to the art show. Then she invited him back to her apartment for coffee, and then he left. Sam asked if it was instant or if she grinded the beans. Ground the beans? Yeah, I'm not sure what the past tense of grind is. Is it ground or grinded? Feel free to email me with that answer or comment. Sam is upset that she did grind the beans, although Diane tells him she didn't grind them as fine as when she does it for Sam. Diane says all they did was talk. Sam asks if she kissed him goodnight. Diane says it was a dry kiss on the cheek. Sam tells her that he's not angry. He is grateful to see the relationship differently. He says that they just don't fill each other's needs and adds, maybe we should call it quits. Diane is upset and decides it's over. Then they fight over who broke up with who. Diane says they can't break up because the scale said they would. Sam hugs her. She tells him to say that he didn't break up with her. When he does, she says, "Good, then I broke up with you. Your history." An annoyed Sam kicks the scale. He gets a fortune. Diane tells him to read it, and he does. Machine empty. Order more fortunes today. I gave this episode 3 out of 5 beer nuts. It was okay, but not an overly interesting episode. Basically same thing. Somebody gets a fortune, they read it, something happens, Carla goes spastic. Um, Actually, that's pretty much what happened. This episode, however, does foreshadow a later episode in this season coming up very soon since we're almost done with this season. 19, 20, 20. I think we have 5 episodes left. The MVP for this episode went to Rhea Perlman. Her reactions to the scale were just priceless. Her hugging the scale, everything was just good. And I love the whole Diane does it a little bit, but Carlos like openly insane. Diane tries to hide her neuroticism. Best dressed, Sam Malone. Sam's green sweater in the beginning and his plaid shirt and when it's the next day there. Both are really good. Grand Slam line between Sam and Cliff. Sam, listen, nothing and nobody controls what happens to us. Cliff says, wait a minute, Sammy. You had a lucky piece when you pitched out there. Sam replies, a lot of good it did me. Listen, Cliff, all the battles I won in life, I won on my own. This was not one of your more funny, obviously wasn't a funny line at all until the next part of the line comes with Diane and Sam, that exchange. But I think it's such a great lesson for people to hear. So I just wanted to I put that as my Grand Slam line. It's very good. On baseline, coach. Oh, this is from the cold open. No, sorry, not the cold open. This is from Norm's entrance. Coach, how does a beer sound, Norm? Norm, I don't know, coach. I usually finish them before they get a word in. Here's a little known fact. Al Rosin had been a background actor before this episode. This time we hear him speak for the first time when he says Sinatra twice. He was originally credited, in fact, as the man who said Sinatra. Too bad didn't have Pat back then. Would have loved to interview him. Al Rosin was an awesome guy. If you like this episode, please like, follow, comment, etc. You know, all those little button things you do, whatever you're listening to. Also, you can join our Facebook group. Cheers, that's one woman's opinion. You can follow us on Instagram at Cheers One Woman's Opinion Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter X at One Woman's Opinion. And of course, you can always email us with questions, comments, etc. at Cheers One Woman's Opinion Podcast at gmail.com. So I'll be taking the next 2 weeks off for Christmas and New Year's, which both are on a Thursday this year. However, on December 29th, there will be a special episode rewatch of Three Men and a Baby for Ted Danson's 78th birthday. And on New Year's Eve, I will be doing a rewatch of Jumanji, which everybody voted for BB Newirth's 67th birthday. After Woody Harrelson, BB Newirth is actually the youngest in the cast, and then it's Kelsey Grammer, it's the third youngest. I don't know after that, so as far as I got. Obviously, Nicholas Colasanto was the oldest. We return to the Cheers episodes rewatches on January 8th, 2026, which also happens to be my dog Ellis's 4th birthday. He was the dog you saw earlier, and yes, he was named after Elvis Presley because of when his birthday was. That's how he got his name. We will be watching season 2, episode 18, Snow Job. I wish you all a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, a joyous Kwanzaa, happy holidays, and a very happy New Year. And that's one woman's opinion.